Welcome to Fact Speak channel. Before to start, please subscribe, like and hit the bell icon to get notified on our new videos. Today, we will investigate our special topic: what was the turning point and ending of colonial rule in South Asia? The Indian independence movement was a long and complex process that involved various leaders, movements, and events. It began in the late 19th century with the emergence of Indian nationalism movements, which sought greater autonomy and self-rule for India within the British Empire. This movement gained momentum in the early 20th century, with the rise of leaders such as Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandra Pal, and Lala Lajpat Rai. The Indian National Congress, which was founded in 1885, emerged as the main political organization leading the independence movement. One of the key figures of Indian independence was Mohandas Gandhi, also known as Mahatma Gandhi. He is considered the father of the nation, and his non-violent civil disobedience campaign played a crucial role in the independence movement. Gandhi's philosophy of satyagraha, truth force, and his commitment to non-violence helped to mobilize millions of Indians in the struggle against British rule. He was arrested several times during the freedom struggle, but his leadership and message of non-violence resonated with the Indian masses, bringing them to the forefront of the independence movement. The Indian National Congress, which was founded in 1885, was one of the main political organizations that led the independence movement. It was initially led by moderate leaders such as Gopal Krishna Gokhale and later by more radical leaders such as Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhas Chandra Bose. The Congress was the main platform for Indian nationalists to voice their demands for self-rule, and it played a key role in mobilizing support for the independence movement. The non-cooperation movement, launched by Gandhi in 1920, was a major turning point in the independence movement. It involved a nationwide boycott of British goods and institutions, and it was the first mass movement against British rule in India. The movement was sparked by the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, where British soldiers opened fire on a peaceful gathering, killing hundreds of unarmed civilians. The non-cooperation movement brought millions of Indians together, and it was a major challenge to British rule in India. The Salt March, also known as the Dandi March, was another important event in the independence movement. It was a non-violent protest led by Gandhi in 1930, where he and his followers marched to the sea to make salt in defiance of British laws that regulated the production and sale of salt. The march was a symbolic act of civil disobedience, and it brought international attention to the Indian independence movement. The British government responded to the independence movement with a heavy hand, using brutal force to suppress protests and arrest leaders. This led to the Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1919, where British soldiers opened fire on a peaceful gathering, killing hundreds of unarmed civilians. This act of brutality further strengthened the Indian people's resolve to achieve freedom from British rule. The Indian independence movement also had a significant impact on the rest of the world, inspiring similar movements for independence in other colonies. It was also an important source of inspiration for the civil rights movement in the United States. The principles of non-violence and civil disobedience used by Gandhi and other Indian leaders were adopted by leaders such as Martin Luther King Jr. The partition of India, which led to the creation of Pakistan, was a significant event that happened during the Indian independence. The partition led to one of the largest mass migration in human history, with an estimated 14 to 17 million people displaced and about 1 million people killed in communal violence. The partition of India was a tragic event that led to significant loss of life and property. The independence of India was not only a result of the actions of Indian leaders but also the change in British politics, and the Second World War had a significant impact on the independence movement. The British government, facing financial difficulties and internal political pressure, decided to withdraw from India. The war put a great strain on the British economy, and the government realized that it would be too expensive to continue to maintain control of India. The British cabinet mission was sent to India in 1946 to negotiate the transfer of power to Indian leaders, which eventually led to the independence of India in 1947. India's independence was achieved through a combination of non-violent civil disobedience, political negotiations, and pressure from the international community. It was not a sudden event, but the culmination of years of struggle, sacrifice, and negotiations. The Indian independence movement was led by a diverse group of leaders from different backgrounds and ideologies, but they all shared the common goal of achieving freedom for India. The independence of India was a significant event in world history and marked the end of colonial rule in South Asia. Please subscribe, like and hit the bell icon to get notified on our new videos.